Hello everyone, it is Brandon here, and I am back with another video to share 8 tips for your future D.o.D software engineer internship. Let's get right into it. So to begin with, I want to preface my credentials for this video. I recently had an internship at a high-up D.o.D company here in Huntsville this past summer of 2022, and I'm starting full-time with this company starting in January of 2023. And I'm also a current co-op at this same company. With that out of the way, tip number 1, learn Linux. I know with my schooling at UAH, we learned nothing about Linux except in my digital mobile forensics class. I think now they're starting to switch over to Linux. If you do not know Linux in the D.o.D industry, that is basically all that they use. You want to learn how to use the command line in it, how the operating system itself is structured, such as root users. You need to learn how it's packaged together, how the operating system is packaged, such as like RPMs for Red Hat. You need to understand how this operating system works, how to use it, and how to make software work on it. If you don't know exactly anything about it, that's okay. During your internship, they will help train you and help teach you and point you in the right directions for resources to learn about it. But if you want a head start and to make your resume look better, get a little bit of Linux experience under your belt. Tip number 2, scripting languages. Me, I kind of have a unique case when it comes to software engineering. I never did any coding in my free time before I got to college, so I've only ever experienced what has been taught to me. So I only really knew C++, C, Java, but going along with Linux, a lot of the tasks that need to get done in the D.o.D industry involve languages such as Python, PowerShell, Bash, etc. Not only, again, will it make your resume look better for broader companies outside of D.o.D, but they use a lot of scripting languages, at least with the stuff I worked on. Get familiar with them, even if you're not that comfortable with them. Write a few lines of code with them so you can at least read it and understand it. It will help you in the long run, especially with the rise of popularity that Python has. Tip number 3, along the lines of learning scripting languages, you want to learn embedded languages. These are things such as C or C++. These have been used in the past because C++ used to be / kind of is still one of the main coding languages out there, especially in D.o.D. If you're going to be working on a lot of hardware in the D.o.D industry, C++ will also be your friend. Learn C, C++, any kind of embedded language. They can be tricky. Get familiar with pointers, get familiar with the different design patterns. It will be your friend. Tip number 4, as a software engineer, we normally aren't that good at this task, but communication. You're going to be communicating a lot more than you think you will be, especially after COVID with the rise of working from home, telecommuting, working with being in a remote office, communicating with people a couple states away, even countries away. You're going to be communicating a lot. Microsoft Teams, Google Groups, Skype, etc. You are going to be communicating with a lot of people. You need to learn how to formally write emails and memos. You need to know how to respectfully message people. You need to learn how to create meetings and ask people when they're available for meetings and when to see when they're available for meetings. You need to learn how to get the help you need when you need it. If you're stuck more than an hour, 30 minutes on something, odds are you need to ask someone for help so you're not wasting a full workday on something someone else knows off the top of their head. You're going to be going to meetings such as stand-up meetings, bi-weekly team meetings, staff meetings, design meetings, etc. Get used to talking in front of a crowd and get used to taking criticism. Another thing is get good at giving presentations. Especially as an intern, you're going to end up giving a presentation, whether it be in the middle or the end of your internship, showing what have you done, what have you learned. You might end up giving presentations to customers saying, this is what I've made, this is what I propose. Get used to presenting to a group of people. The biggest advice I ever got when it comes to this subject is I had to give a presentation to like a bunch of senior engineers of like cybersecurity, senior engineers of this, kind of high ups under the VP. My boss told me they're just people. It sounds dumb, it sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, they're just people. They're doing their job, you're doing yours. They're just people, talk to them like normal people. Tip number 5, ask questions, especially as an intern. Kind of like the previous point, if you get stuck, ask questions. Don't get in that mindset of, I need to prove them wrong and that I can be this solo working intern. Yes, it looks good if you can do that, but it also looks really good if you're not afraid to ask questions when you're stuck. Learn how to ask effective questions. Don't just go, hey, I'm stuck. Go, hey, I'm stuck on this part. I think this is what is causing it, and I think this might be a solution. Can you point me in the right direction? Can I bounce thoughts off of you? Can you help me with this at all? Don't just go to them saying, hey, give me the answer. They are there, as in your fellow coworkers and your bosses. They are there to help you, and especially as an intern, they are there to help you learn and grow. They will give you resources. They will set up meetings to show you things. They are there to give you that foundation for your future career. So learn how to ask questions, ask it frequently, and no question is a dumb question. Tip number 6, network. That is one of the biggest things you can do in an internship, is to network. Because a lot of companies use like Microsoft Teams to communicate now, communicating with the higher ups is easier than ever. You don't have to go to their office, knock on their doors, find out when they're free, and get their information. You can just search them up on Teams, send them a quick message like, hello, I'm a such and such intern at this location. I'm working on this. I was wondering if I could set up a 30-minute interview with you to talk about my career and career advice. A lot of higher ups will be more than welcome to find time to talk with you, both about your career, what you're currently working on, how to develop your career, give you life advice. They're more than welcome to help you out. So do not be afraid to get in contact with those higher ups in the company, because 9 times out of 10, they are accessible. You want to network with the people you work with, whether that be interns or coworkers. Network with your other interns, because they're going to go off to other companies or your company and spread out. So if you are friends with them or acquaintances with them and they know how you work and y'all have talked and communicated, then if they're looking to fill a role 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road, they'll go, hey, there's that guy or girl I interned with. They did pretty good work. Let me see if they want this position. So being able to spread out that network with interns and other coworkers within the company gives you a lot of valuable resources for your future career. Tip number 7, learn version control. I know a lot of people already know GitHub and stuff like that, but in the D.o.D industry, things are kind of behind. So you want to learn things like Merkury, Tortoise SVN. You want to learn some of the older 10, 15 years ago version controls and even software such as like WinSCP, virtual machines, etc. You want to learn the older software as well as the newer software. That's just the nature of working in D.o.D. Things are behind. It is what it is, so learn it. Tip number 8, writing skills. Again, not something we think we as software engineers are going to be doing. We just write code and we send it, right? Wrong. What we do is we write code, we test it, and then we have to document it. Granted, you should be documenting while you write it. You want to document that why you made the decisions you did. Document the way things are structured. Document testing procedures. You're gonna have to learn how to create professional, to the point presentations and slides. You're gonna have to learn how to portray complicated information in a succinct way where people understand it, both within the time frame and within their job section. But you need to learn how to document your code. You need to learn how to document presentations and slides. You need to learn how to write up reports. You need to get good at your written communication as best as you can. So those are the 8 tips that I could come up with today about software engineering internships, specifically in the D.o.D industry. A lot of these tips can be spread out across basically any software engineer internship, or half of them any internship in general. One thing I want to stress is have fun in your internship. You only get a few in your life before you're thrown out into full-time. I only happen to get one. Wish I got more, but I kind of waited to apply. Apply early. Don't be afraid. You're gonna have imposter syndrome. don't be worried. They know you're an intern. They are here to help you and to grow you as a person so then you can add value to their company. Have fun, make friends, learn a lot, never stop learning, especially in an internship. Ask questions, learn a bunch of different languages, and then also just be yourself. That is all I have today. Good luck in your future internships. Please let me know your internship experiences down below. Good, bad, tips, tricks, etc. And I'd be very excited to read them. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like or dislike and subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one.